My name is Clay Hicks. I'm with H7 Network. I'm the CEO founder, and I'm here with Dean Isaacs. And Dean is one of our newest partners. He's going to be working with us to help us with our fractionals, supporting fractionals and success. And so, welcome, Dean.
Thanks, Clay. Good talking to you today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dean, why don't you take a little time and share a little bit about what it is that you're doing, your company does to support fractionals, et cetera.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be happy to. So this is my 20th year of being in business. I've been doing B2B consulting, helping lower middle market businesses grow. And that's really been my career for many, many years, doing sales and marketing, consulting. And over the last 14 years, I've been a fractional chief revenue officer as well, and was doing fractional before fractional was even a thing. Stumbled across the model many years ago and really built a business around doing that. About 5 years ago, I founded a new business called the Fractional Launchpad. And really, it came out of the need of people in my community, in my network, saying, you're doing this fractional thing. How do you do it? What is it? I want to take my corporate expertise and my consulting expertise and do this fractional executive thing. Can you help? And so I did. I started coaching people one on one, and that grew into a whole accelerator program that we launched about a year ago called the Fractional Launchpad. And for me, it's a way to just support the fractional community and help them be successful and get out of that corporate grind, right? Get out of that day to day 9 to 5 thing and really build their own business.
It's awesome. It's awesome. So, okay. So can you tell me or give me some examples of some of the things that you do for fractionals? Just kind of some key highlights of some very specific things that you support them in, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. We have some parallel philosophies with the Fractional Launchpad and H7, which is it's all about community, supporting our community, helping people be successful. And so, specifically in the accelerator program within the Fractional Launchpad community, we do four primary things. One is we provide training and education. That's the baseline for building your fractional businesses, understanding how to launch and grow and then scale your fractional business. So we have a whole library of training, and along with that, we support it with the tools, templates, and worksheets, all the things that people don't have, like a proposal format, right? To be able to propose and successfully land a fractional engagement. That's really different to a consulting project. So we have all of that stuff built in. We have a proprietary pricing calculator. That's one of the things that fractionals ask me all the time is, how the heck do I price this? Do I price it by the hour, by the day, by the month? So we have all of those tools. So the training is a big component. The second is the coaching. So if you're like me, you've probably been through training, but you still have questions, right? You go to implement that stuff and you get stuck. So
Yeah.
this is not just a static training program, it's a coaching program. So we do twice a month live coaching calls with me. As I said, I've been in fractional work for almost 15 years, and I've made a lot of mistakes. I've learned how to do this thing successfully. So the
Yeah.
coaching is a big piece of it. The third is the online community where members supporting members. We're sharing resources. I'm coaching kind of asynchronously throughout the weeks and months. So you get the feedback you need when you need it. And the fourth, which I think is one of the most unusual things in what we deliver to help fractionals be successful, is a professional certification. You can become a certified fractional pro going through our program. And it's a way to give you confidence as a fractional. You know what you're doing. You can implement your expertise within a fractional model, but it's a way to also share that you've been through some training to your market, to your customers, to your prospects, so they know it's just not someone that's sort of put fractional on their LinkedIn profile to declare that they are a fractional. They've actually got training and education and support around them so you can deliver. So the fractional certification is the other piece that we deliver.
It's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I think one of the common denominators between us specifically is that foundational training for support.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you can get all the training in corporate America, I'm sure, that helps them to be in a corporate, that culture of whatever's going on in there.
Yep.
Out here, where me and you live, we live in a place where we may have to do different things uniquely than we would have had to do in the past to create the same outcomes or better outcomes, all that stuff. So
Yeah.
it's really cool that you and I share this whole training mindset to instead of saying, hey, it's going to cost you $40,000 for blah, 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 whatever. And then you're going to go out and run your business.
Yeah.
We're going to train you how to do it. And I have that same philosophy. I share that with you so much. And
Yeah.
so just that support, having a strong foundation is what you're really doing. So, do you have any success stories you could share? Recent
Yeah.
success story. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a couple of members that come to mind. One is a member that came and when he joined the community, he joined the training program, he quickly landed an opportunity to land a new client within a few weeks. And that's pretty typical with members when they come in, then maybe they've been networking, they've been in H7 and they're getting some traction, but they're not converting those into paying clients. So that's where my client was, when my member was. And he went through the process, he went through the training, and he positioned himself really well to land his first fractional gig. And he came back right before we have a stage in the process that I call the suggested approach, which is how you sit down with the client and you get alignment around how we might work together, the pricing, the responsibilities that we take on. And it's a really important step. And after the suggested approach, he came back to me. He was really excited. It was going to be $4,500 a month. I said, hang on, time out. Let's talk about how you position yourself. And there's a couple of ways you can sort of position yourself as a fractional. I call it the advisor role and the operator role. And the operator role is when you take on owning a team, right? You run the team for the client. And so he realized afterwards he'd sold himself short. And so when he went from suggested approach to proposal, which is the next step in the process, he increased his monthly fee by $2,000. And the client said yes without a hesitation. So because he followed the process and he followed the advice, he made 24 grand more per year for that one client with a slight adjustment. He would have undersold himself had he not gone through the program. So that's a $20,000 a year win. And if he keeps that client year after year, which many of our members do, huge financial win.
Wow.
Huge financial win. So that's one success story. Another is a member that just came out of corporate. He made that transition from corporate about 3 or 4 months ago and followed the process, started getting opportunities in his sales funnel. And he had one that he really wanted to close, but he couldn't kind of convince the prospect that fractional was right for them. And so what he learned in the training is you got to meet the client where they're at. And sometimes you start with a project that leads to a long-term fractional engagement. And so he pivoted really quickly, used the training, and he landed a $20,000 project. And that $20,000 project led to a really lucrative ongoing fractional engagement 3 months down the road. So it's really practical training, things that they can apply, land deals, grow their business. It's not just theory and fluff. It's real tactical stuff.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, okay. Well, I mean, we're clicking on all the cylinders here. But I still want to hear from you why you ended up getting involved with H7 to kind of lift us up as well, and to actually join us in our mission to support so many, whether it's fractionals or other B2B professionals and other professionals.
Yeah.
You're coming in, you're wanting to join with us. So I guess
Absolutely.
I'd like for you to share why. What's your
Yeah.
mindset
Well,
around
it's been awesome to get to know you more over the last few weeks and months, and get to know more about the H7 mission. And just as you said earlier, we both believe in training as a foundation, but then support to grow. So there's just so much alignment. It's like, why would we not kind of help each other and support each of our own communities?
Yeah.
I think the other thing that's really exciting for me to be able to support H7 is that you help your members grow their networks, generate opportunities, generate referrals. And a lot of what we do is we pick up from that point and help them convert those relationships into revenue,
100%.
right?
Yeah,
So it's perfect alignment. And of course, I've been doing consulting this is my 20th year doing consulting. So a lot of the stuff I teach in the Fractional Launchpad applies to consultants, it applies to advisors. And of course, it's really focused on fractionals. So there's just so much alignment there. And anywhere we can come together and really help that business community grow and be successful and not have to ever think about going back to that corporate grind.
Yeah.
I'm in to support it.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Dean, for sharing that with me. I feel the same way. I think it's going to be a rock star kind of relationship. Hell, I think we're probably going to be on the same stages together. It's going to be really awesome.
I
So,
look forward to
uh,
that. Yeah.
not that it's all about me or whatever, but I just want to share. That's exciting when you align well with other people. You just want to run and take it and run as fast as you can when you find your pack.
Yeah.
Using my storyline from our conference, but
Yeah.
nonetheless, having a pack is important.
It
So,
is. Yep.
so Dean, any final words? Anything else you want to share real quick? Maybe that the audience could hear. Maybe where are you located at? Where are you located?
Yeah.
That'd be helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm based just outside of Denver, Colorado. As you can probably pick up from the accent, I'm not from the US originally. I grew up in the UK. I've been in the States for 35 years. So yeah, based in Colorado. I think the message I'd like to share with your community, in particular those that are considering fractional,
Yeah.
trying to make the transition, or maybe they've made the transition but haven't seen the success they'd like,
Yeah.
it's possible.
Yeah.
It's more than possible. It's absolutely doable if you follow the systems and process that work. Okay.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of fractionals that have been trying and dabbling and they've just not had the success. They pivot to this and they pivot to that, or they go back to corporate.
Yeah.
That doesn't have to be your story. It just doesn't. Be part of a community that can help you actually land clients and grow and not work 100 hours a week like corporate expects you to do, right? That's not the gig. So know that it's possible. There are lots of people successfully building their fractional businesses, and I'd love to be able to support your community to do the same.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Dean, for being on here with me. For those of you who are watching this or reading part of this, you definitely want to make sure that you connect with Dean for a one-to-one and get involved with that and see how you can help. Maybe you can help Dean, but maybe you need to help yourself. Maybe you need to help yourself with working with him. So thank you, Dean, for being on here with me. And that'd be all. Thank you, sir.
Thanks,
Thank you for
Clay.
being
Good
part of it.
talking to you
Thank you.
today. Appreciate it.